second episode about meme coins on stupid Bitcoin is going to be released on Sunday 24th. Make sure you subscribe to watch the whole episode.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to the Shib update today. And I've talked about Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is now ready to maybe make a move down to $85,000. So with that being said, Shib has not done what it was supposed to be doing. Okay, Shib has disappointed. I mean, yes, there was a very nice move previously all the way to 3020, but the thing is that we talked about it already. We talked about the squeeze and the pop on the weekly time frame. If I go back on the weekly and I show you the weekly, then we had this pattern here, and the Shib broke above that pattern, and that's something like this here. You had the squeeze right there, and then you absolutely popped out of the squeeze and you went to the upside. Now last week you made a shooting star closing as well, and that is not good. That is actually on the weekly, that this one shows that this week we could even be red in the next 4 days. So the time was there for Shib to prove itself, but it didn't. I think it's too late, because when you look at an altcoin, you must be looking at Bitcoin. You look at altcoin, you go on and look at Bitcoin. Anytime you're looking at these two side by side, it gives you more clarity what's going to happen. So I went on and look at Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is pretty much making almost like a rising wedge, and it's about to drop down to $85,000. Just a little bit of announcement. I do have a good news and a bad news. I will start off with the bad news. From January 2025, I'll be charging 20 USDT for the private. If you don't know what the private is, check the top right of the video to know what I do in the private. The entry for December will be closed on 31 November. Now you have to message me, and to do that, just head down to the description of the video, click on the Discord, and click on announcement, click my name, and message me. If for some reason the Discord is not working, just comment Discord and I'll generate a new link just for you. Thank you. Let's get back into the video. Now, during the time when Bitcoin was sideways for the previous few days, Shib was really meant to go on and move up to 3,000 one more time, but it didn't do that. Okay, it did not do that. Can it still go up? Well, maybe, but I highly doubt it's gonna do so. So if you do end up coming down to 2246, you're going to end up going even lower than that. We still have a slight chance. I'm not saying we're done just yet. I'm not saying that we don't have any chance at all to move to the upside, because again, Shib has this falling wedge as well. Do you see this falling wedge? A little bit of a falling wedge right there, and it broke up, retested like this, and it should have actually fly all the way to that technical target, which it didn't. It just kept on moving sideways. It's as if it was losing momentum, like sellers were stepping and the buyers were losing power, even though there's a bullish pattern right over there. And also keeping in mind that, you know, Bitcoin is ready to make a huge correction, feel a CME gap at 77,000, and yes, there is a $77,000 CME gap for Bitcoin, and Bitcoin may actually, sooner or later, I think it's just the perfect time to go down and fill 77K. But once that is filled, then we can actually see Bitcoin to 100K and even above that particular price level. Now, if Shib was to correct down with Bitcoin, then I think that you might see 1948 as your next technical target. This is where Shib can actually go on and touch, and that can actually be another good entry opportunity at 1948, and then eventually try to go back one more time and break this resistance that you have failed to break a couple of times. 2025 can be a good year for altcoin. We might see an amazing time for altcoins, and on Stupid Bitcoin down the road, I'm going to talk about what is an alt season. It is something that a lot of people get it wrong, and in order for you to cash out the bull run, you must understand what alt season really is, how long it lasts, and what are the signs of it, how much does it pump. All these little details is something that you must know in order to make a better exit. I don't want you to just make an exit for a couple of profit and then miss a lot of profit on altcoins. I want you to get out the best full potential on altcoins. So we're going to be doing that on Stupid Bitcoin, and if you're not following me, well, do that, because these are going to be some very important topic down the road. And that's all for the video. I'm going to see you in the next one. Office.